Yo, 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 swag. This is your boy DX, D exclusive with DXWorldMedia.com, where dreams choose who? You. Welcome back to the podcast, Mad Pod Morning After Delight, yo. Sorry about that hiccup if you saw my last live just a few moments ago. Jeez. Gotta get that mic up. Gotta get that mic up. Actually, on. All right, so episode 2, baby. Let's get right into it. Today we're gonna look up ChatGPT and help us define intimacy. What is it? What language can we use for it? What is intimacy? So I asked ChatGPT. A very important question. How do you define your own intimacy? Before you give your chats, let me help you. Let me help you understand. For informational purposes only, intimacy is a complex combination of ideas, thoughts, desires, wants, and it's all in the mental, the emotional, the physical. A lot of people focus on the physical, and that's where the fun is. All the sex, the kissing, but there's different levels of physical intimacy: hand holding, eye gazing, reassuring. But then it goes into the verbally saying something and meaning it to your partner or yourself, and following through with what you say you're going to be doing. Those are the things that I find that help combine the strength of what intimacy really is. So, just to remind everyone, I've been married about 9 years this September, and I've been with my wife for 15 years this December. The physical part of our relationship started right away. It was the first kiss. I was meeting up with her for business reasons, and she flirted with me, and I confronted her verbally. Oh, I don't think you should. What? I can't. You're flirting with me. What's going on here? And I just put it out there. What? You want to kiss me or something? She came over and kissed me, and I'm like, 15 years later, it's been the best decision of my life. Like, the way she makes me feel safe, the way we connect on a lot of levels, the way we're able to express each other sexually and explore each other's bodies, and really define our roles as husband and wife, and grow our family. We're expecting our third child. Congrats to us. Hopefully be a boy so I can name him Maximus Prime. Yeah. I'll do a little short about his name later. But yeah, into some intimacy after you've done all the legwork. And remind you, I'm 15 years into this relationship, and I'm still dealing with trying to meet my wife's needs and have her meet mine, and back and forth. And it's funny to see each other like kind of be hesitant, but then when we follow through with what the other person wanted to do, it actually makes you feel closer to the person, and all you had to do was just say yes in the first place. But we have our own, tendencies to like hesitate, our hesitant tendencies to like not want to do something for someone because of other things distracting us. So that's always going to be in the play. But today we're just trying to like help us define what intimacy is in words, so we can start having conversations with ourselves and our partners. I mean, partner, or if you're poly, partners. But remember, if you are trying to seek a poly relationship, side note, make sure you had your intimacy conversation and development with yourself, then your first partner, and after an agreed upon time for both of you, where you feel like you know your bodies, know your minds, your values, your explore what you expect in life, basically, right? In a nutshell, what do I expect in life? What makes me happy? What are the activities? What is all that about? Once you have all that situated, then try to invite a third to either your current relationship or have it agreed upon parallel universe, multiverse with a third. Um, but that gets super time consuming and financially burdened. So you gotta have the right vision for yourself on whether or not to do that. You can seek professional help, but a lot of professional help, I don't really know in the community where you could even start with that. Poly is not really a mainstream idea, so that's more of I don't know where to look. So that's one thing why I'm going to start developing little bit of episodes just to help you learn more information about what I've researched online and what I've experienced in my own poly life, so it could help you start the conversation. Remember, this podcast is just to get you excited about happiness and self-worth and self-imagery and it's informational only. So please don't consider me a doctor or anything or like a super knowledgeable person. I'm just really smart. I'm really fun, and I just want to use our human connection through this platform to get you and all of us into a more useful, purposeful, happier life. And it's first identifying what you like and what you want. So intimacy, ChatGPT, what do they say? Or it says, or they say. How to define your own intimacy? Defining your own intimacy involves introspection, self-awareness, and understanding your unique preferences, needs, and boundaries in relationships. Here are the steps. 1. Reflect on past experiences. You're basically going to have a cup of tea with yourself and just like, man, what do I want in a relationship? What do I like? What has happened before? I mean, what have I gone through? How many people have I been with? What did I like about that one? What I did not like about that one, or what was challenging to describe or discuss with that person? Um, and you're just gonna put it all together so it can help you go to the next step. Is identify your personal values today. So me 15 years ago, my personal values would be probably different than today because I have 15 years with my current wife, and things have really broadened and really opened up to new things, especially with this poly thing. So everyone's time frame, whether you're watching me today or in a year from now, you're gonna have a new set of new opportunity to define your personal values. It's kind of like a ebbing river, like web, like it's just always changing throughout your life. There's some core values, almost like Inside Out, the movie, core values that are always like going to be there. And we could use movies like that to inspire us to appreciate sadness. I mean, that's the one thing I got from that movie is that it's okay to be sad sometimes. It means that you're kind of like letting go of something, or you're just grieving someone, or you're just like moving on to a new personal value. So once you identify your personal values, you got to clarify them and consider what you prioritize in relationships, such as trust, emotional connection, communication, physical affection, or shared experiences. After you've identified your personal values, it says to explore your boundaries and comfort levels in various aspects of intimacy, including the emotional vulnerability. Oh my God, this is how I feel about myself. I don't know if you're going to look at me this in a weird way or whatever. The physical affection. How much of physical contact do you want with your spouse or partner? And then your sexual intimacy, the oasis of marriage. Everyone's having sex in marriage, and they hopefully are. I think healthy relationships are having their own defined level of sex, and so there's all these different types. Sleeping in separate beds, going to like having multiple partners. In one bed. So everyone needs to just define what is comfortable for themselves in that area, and then share with their partner. Hopefully, discover and explore a partner that is similar and contrary enough to open up your mind to other things and have consistent. I think that's the problem. We're not very consistent in our lives in general. So when it comes to intimacy, that's the last thing we think of. When we wake up, we think about restroom, food, um, make sure we're safe or shelter, clothing, go to work. We got to pay for all the things we're buying in life, all the bills. And then intimacy somehow gets thrown in somewhere else, you know? Well, for me, I find intimacy allows me to do all those other things if I have my intimacy in check or on target. If I'm aiming for like a particular feeling or emotion with my wife, I want to make sure I feel that first, and then I can go out in the world and save the day as a superhero or whatever. You know, that's what I need. That's me, my personal. Some people are okay with not doing that. But I have a funny feeling if we had more intimacy in our lives in general and we were able to talk about it with ourselves and with our partners and with our friends and family to just share stories and just find new opportunities to explore intimacy in different ways that we never thought of because neither you or your partner thought about it, I think life would be more fun and rich, like, wow, all right, that sounds good. It's almost like sharing a good food or recipe. Why aren't we sharing more intimacy recipes or whatnot? Like, I mean, we did it as kids a little bit, like, oh yeah, I got that girl, but it's all like cliche. Oh, I gotta kiss that boy or whatever. And as we age, we kind of like it's all quiet, it's all private. We're not supposed to talk about it. Oh, no, come on, man. I like being educated and informed and like just feeling great. It like gives me some kind of like internal like excitement and power. Like, all right, we're gonna go do this, and then goals, aiming for a target is really important for me at least. I'm a little bit of an overachiever, if you could tell by now. Just always putting things together and stuff. But anyway, let's get back to our content. Intimacy with ChatGPT. How to be intimate with ChatGPT, huh? How about that? It's kind of easy. You just like type in questions and you're getting responses and like ideas, and you're basically, man, that's the crazy thing about ChatGPT is that when you're typing in questions and stuff, you're like getting an immediate response within seconds. Oh, that's the other thing about intimacy. Like we seek out and we press buttons of each other because we want that attention. We want to be assured, or 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 feel like useful or empowered in some way. So that's what I also like about intimacy because it makes me feel that way as well. So now that we've already explored our boundaries, now we got to use our self-awareness. We got to grow it, cultivate it about our own emotions, needs, desires, and insecurities. Understand how these aspects of yourself influence your approach to this intimacy. So, like, say you had a bad relationship regarding cheating, you're going to be insecure about certain things, or you might be more aware that if your partner does this, that might lead to infidelity or unwanted partnering up with people that you guys aren't even trying to do. It's not always a poly world. It's any world you create with your partner. It could be monogamous where you just commit to each other, and that's fine. And then even in the poly world, there's jealousy and infidelity when the rules are not followed and cultivated right. So we'll get into the dynamics of poly later, but I'm just giving you tits and bits of it right now. After you become this self-awareness to identify for yourself what needs to be done, you're going to be more empowered and feel safer with yourself and then your partner to communicate your needs. It's so hard. Communicating your needs. Oh my God, I'm really horny right now. I want to have sex, but I don't know if my partner's okay with that. Well, you're not going to find out if you're just going to hide behind your dick or pussy and just like not ask them or try to make a move. You got to make moves. You got to shoot. You got to shoot. Come on. So you got to practice open and honest communication about your needs, desires, and expectations. Sometimes you got to be dry and cliche. Hey, babe, I'd like to get some head. Or, hey, babe, I want to see how far we can go. Like home run, baby. Like figure it out. But you got to figure out your own language though too. You might say other stuff that I don't even know about. And with communication, you're willing to express yourself authentically, authentically, and advocate for what you need to feel emotionally fulfilled. Fulfillment. So when you're making a move, you're trying to get fulfilled or satisfied by your partner. Now, it's not always physical. It's more like coming up behind your partner and hugging them as you wake up and they're doing the dishes, or if they're making coffee and you're like, ah, like grateful. Basically, you're in your physical form coming up behind them. You're sharing that you're grateful for you. I'm so happy to be with you. I can't imagine being with anyone else right now, or I can't imagine doing whatever. So once you're able to communicate your needs, it says explore different forms of intimacy. Recognize that intimacy can manifest in various forms beyond romantic friendships, including regular friendships, familial bonds, platonic connections, coworkers. Explore and appreciate the different types of intimacy. So that's another cool thing about life in general, is that you could be intimate with your friends and family outside of your sexual relationship with your partner and still get a sense of fulfillment to kind of like round out your whole essence as a person, usefulness, purposefulness. For example, if I had a friend that I knew liked to make music, but he just hasn't been making any music lately, maybe give him an idea. Hey, I have a really cool idea. What if we do this and this? And it's not necessarily me doing anything, it's I'm just passing on an idea to help him practice his craft. Or like, if you guys are out there, if you guys really are connecting with me right now, I would really like to practice my craft and help you identify these intimacy things in your relationships, or identify boundaries, or whatnot. And it could be about the poly world, it could be a traditional, it could be both, because I have both. Basically, I mean, with my age, I've lived like two different lives already. 15 years with my current relationship, about 15 years with my other relationships, and like I've already developed a sense. And that's the cool thing about working with me, is that I'm very objective and honest and to the point. But yet I have this fun, charismatic, really enjoyable tone and exciting. I'm always excited about things, especially when they seem useful or helpful to people. And that's what I really love about this podcast that I'm working on, is that this morning after delight idea is above me. So it's beyond me. It's almost like I've created Batman. I've created the idea to take on itself. I mean, someone else that is interested in participating with this could easily be next to me, and we could be talking about blah 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 blah, blah, and like we could be getting down. So if you guys want to participate even in virtual world, we could have a little like Zoom meeting or figure it out. Technology is at its peak right now. All right, Chad, what else do we got about intimacy after we've explored the different forms? We've got to set our goals. I said that earlier. We gotta aim at a target. I want to be inside you. Like it could be that harsh. It could be like I want to make you. I want to make you come. I want to make you feel like relaxed. Or I want to provide for you. So I want to be able to make enough money to do this for us and our family. Like it could be all those spectrums, and we define on how much we need of each one. Well, chat goes 10 deep. There's 10 things. We're on number 8 right now. 8. The 8th thing ChatGPT says about intimacy, about owning your own intimacy, is you got to seek alignment with your potential partners who share similar goals, values, and approaches to intimacy. Looking for individuals who respect your boundaries, communicate openly, and prioritize mutual understanding and connection. So that's the important part, actually. There is going to be uncomfortableness. We got to accept the uncomfortable and make it comfortable. So, like, if I want more sex than my partner, I got to be okay with her being uncomfortable. And I got to just let her know, hey, I would really enjoy having this right now. And then sometimes it may happen and sometimes it won't. And the times it not happen, I have to accept I'm uncomfortable. I'm feeling blah right now. What else can I do besides this? It may not be with her. It may be going to the gym or getting back on target on some other project or achievement. Um, but that's for you to decide with your partner and to explore seeking that alignment, finding people that you could align with to work on different things. After you've seeked alignment, you got to practice your self-care. Prioritize self-care and self-love as essential components of intimacy with yourself. Cultivate a positive relationship with yourself. Practice self-compassion. Engage in activities that nurture your well-being and fulfillment. I know, chats. That's the like if that was that's the search of intimacy. That's what has been written in the metaverse. Like about intimacy, and that's a lot to take in. There's a lot of things going on with that statement. Practice self-care. And we have to define it. We have to own it. We have to be responsible and disciplined. Another word that I like to use in my podcast is discipline. If we're not disciplined to follow through with what we've already set as a goal, we feel kind of like disappointed. Sometimes we don't even realize we're disappointed about ourselves, and we try to take it out on our friends and family and children, like I'm just so angry. I don't know why. This kid is not doing their job. But maybe it's you're not doing your job. And you feel more disappointed about yourself that you're not able to be the leader in that situation. And you're like, oh, I just feel like I'm the only one that wants to do this, like maybe that's happening. So you gotta, I think the best thing is to be grateful and take a deep breath. If you really are feeling that anxiety and stuff, and ask yourself, and ask your faith, the higher beings, of this world, what am I supposed to do right now? Am I supposed to be right here? Should I move to the right, back, forward, left? What's going to shake this feeling or this anxiety off? Dust your shoulders off, You got to find those creative outlets to make this life feel so much bigger as it should be felt. You don't need to feel small. Just feel good about completing a small task and snowball. Use those small tasks. You got to set yourself up for success. Wash the dishes. If that's too big, commit to washing 2 dishes. Once your body gets into already knowing a specific skill that you've done before, you'll be able to do a lot more. Now, if you don't have the skills, practice new skills. Even if you're scared about failing or whatever, learn how to do all the inputs and audio puts for Streamlabs OBS and set up lighting and set up webcam and just freaking throw yourself into it. I am enjoying myself entirely doing that. The world is stopped for me right now. All eyes are on me. So I've always felt like I've enjoyed sharing stories and talking to people. I mean, even man, I got a first taste of it. Obviously, in kindergarten, when you're in the plays for if you're, went to Catholic school, so I was one of the shepherds in the Jesus story around Christmas time. But later in school, I somehow participated. I wasn't that outgoing, but somehow I got selected for a game show. I was selected as the host as an 8th grader, a 13, 14-year-old guy, still all shy, not really barely learning about what a boner is, and not knowing what's going on. I mean, I was masturbating, but I wasn't vocal or anything about it. So I don't know. I wasn't hearing it. I wasn't getting taught about sex. So anyway, that's a side story. I'm just trying to set up my character on how I was so shy, but I was confident enough to practice being in front of the entire school and have a 5th versus 6th or whatever it was. It was Family Feud, but a twist. It was Dare Feud. D period, A period, R period, E period. For the drug awareness month in October, the school decided to do a Dare Feud, where I had lists of questions about drugs or alcohol or whatever, and I would have them answer them. It wasn't a very long game show. It was like 20 minutes. So I only had like 5 or 7 questions to share the content about drug awareness through a fun activity. So that was fun. And it was like, wow, I was able to just follow the cues of the cards and just get it done and try to be entertaining, and share it. Obviously, now I'm a little bit better at talking. Um, so yeah, let's finish this up with this. So we were talking about practicing self-care, and I hope that example of what I shared of really understanding on engaging in the activities that would make you feel fulfilled really helped put it into perspective for you. The 10th thing that ChatGPT says about intimacy is we need to reflect and adapt regularly, almost daily. Like today's a brand new day. This is day one, yo. This is day one. Any warehouse people, I think some companies go, especially warehouse, try to get that day one mentality in them. It becomes cliche when your supervisor says day one, but if you instill gratefulness for that concept, the concept is actually really powerful. So let me share something about day one. Day one is a phrase a lot of employers use to help try to get people excited to be there, almost enslaved at their job, like. But subconsciously, if you let it, and consciously, if you just let it happen, when you wake up, if you practice this self-care technique, you could wake up with a new sense of exploration and drive based on the goals you thought of the night before. Or allow yourself to create goals in the moment as you wake up. Once you wake up, you're like, what do I want to do right now? What do I need to do? What are the things that I need to get done this morning? If you have those conversations regularly with yourself, it'll set a set foundation to allow you to express intimacy with your partner, because those things need to be discussed too. What do we need to do as a couple right now? Well, we have kids, so we got to help them get off on their day. All right, there we go. Do we have time to hang out with each other? Let's make time. Let's go do something. You got work later? All right, cool. You take care of that. I'll take care of this while you're gone. If you guys both see the vision together, you guys are going to have a really great day. And then you're going to start all over again. And you don't have to bring the intensity that crazy like that, what I just did right now with influx. But it sure hell feels better than being all like, I don't know what to do today. I don't know what to do. You're just dying inside. If you're feeling that way, there are days I feel that way. And the only way out of that is being grateful and reflective, but then reflective, like forward thinking, like, all right, yeah, you got to accept everything that's happened the days before today, but today is one more chance. It's another shot at doing what you love. You. And you deserve love. And that's one thing I want to really stress in this podcast. We deserve to be filled with love. A lot of us have been beaten down or rejected. I mean, I'm a man. I get rejected all the time, even when I'm not trying to be romantically involved with someone. But like, I feel it. I mean, everyone's being rejected all the time. Like, oh, hey, can you help me out with this? Or hey, we have a conversation at work, and then we're a coworker, and we're like, oh, well, you're pretty cool. Would you like to talk more about this after work? Oh my God, you want to be my friend? I don't deserve to be a friend to anybody. That's the way I feel, and that's what I've thought of now. Because like, the world is falling apart with that. Like, everyone thinks they don't deserve to have like positive feelings or positive thoughts around them, and I'm one of the few that have this super positive level. I may be over the top, but that is because I've been working on this positive self for freaking 45 years. I was gifted this positive energy, this Care Bear like energy. And I'm not afraid to say it anymore. Woo! Wow, I didn't know I was going to have a come out party for my positivity today. I'm freaking awesome. That song from Lego, everybody's awesome. It's cute and like kind of cringy, but like if you think about it, we are all awesome. I want to hear your story. Comment below, DM, tell me your story. Let me give you back some of that self awareness and love that you all deserve. I bet you if I spent 5 minutes with you, I could have helped you identify the things that you are blocking. You are saying you don't deserve anymore, or you don't this, or I don't know how to do this. And then, for example, like say I found out you knew how to draw and you love doing it, but you're stuck at a warehouse and you're not doing anything about it. I'd be like, well, with my trained mind, I would try to discover all the barriers in a more like straight on kind of dry way. But as a friend, I'd be like, hey, how come you can't? Hey, you want to help me do something? I might give you an assignment. I might ask you to do something to get you back into that practice of your craft, you know? Or I'd be like, you have any goals for it right now? Why don't you work on something? There's, I mean, it goes back to my trained mind. Like, you got to have discipline too. That's the bottom line. See, once you like share all your story and you know what you want, if you don't discipline yourself to actually do it, get up out of bed and go do it. I'm actually living it right now. I forced myself to put all these lighting up and get all this camera and audio ready. This was hard for me today. Even though it feels easy in the moment when I'm actually doing it, the moment right before completing a successful task sometimes feels really dark. Really like, do I really want to go out running right now? Do I really want to do my kettlebell workout? Do I really want to go eat some good food and really nurture my body? Like, I do want to do it, but what's stopping me? Who cares what's stopping you? You just tell yourself, you know what? You tell your mind and body, I'm in charge. And you know who that is? Your soul. That's what's different from us and animals. You know, like animals just just eating whatever, like whatever's available to them. They're scavengers. Make a decision and move forward and achieve what you want to do. Whew! ChatGPT got me on a rant. Chat's back. Dang, that was all 10 of them. And the last paragraph, they said, defining your intimacy is a deeply personal and ongoing process that requires introspection, self-awareness, and a willingness to explore and express yourself authentically. I don't remember authentically. Oh my God, I finally got it, you guys. Oh my God, chat. Tell me how funny that was. Authentically in relationships. 100. Can't say the word. I'm not black. But 100, yo. Morning after delight, baby. Hope you got some excitement from that, baby. Yeah. Remember, if you want to support me, you can buy my book, Morning After Delight, directly from me. I'll publish one later this year, but right now I have the digital first version of my cookbook, 12 recipes to inspire you to cook for your partner, to feel more intimate with your partner. MorningAfterDelight.com, baby. Let's go. You have a good day. I'll see you next time.